Well, the tables have certainly turned, and Judge Greg Mathis is at the center of a headline-grabbing divorce, with accusations flying in both directions. The latest buzz? Judge Mathis has accused his wife Linda of being a gold digger and coming after his millions. This sudden shift from a man who once vowed to fight for his marriage to now dragging his wife in public over financial disputes has everyone talking. The fallout is swift and messy, and if you thought this couple had been living a picture-perfect life, you might want to think again. This situation is about to get chaotic, and we're diving into every bit of it. Judge Greg Mathis and Linda were supposed to be that power couple, an example of stability in a world where relationships can feel disposable. After all, they were married for 39 years. In Hollywood time, that's practically an eternity. But now it's all unraveling in front of our eyes, and everyone wants to know, what went wrong with this seemingly perfect pair? Was Linda really after Mathis' money all this time, or is there more to this story? Trust me, the tea here is scalding hot, and we're about to spill it all. The drama in this relationship goes beyond your typical marital disputes. We're talking about accusations of neglect, broken promises, and a complete breakdown of communication. Get ready because this is about to get real messy real fast. At first glance, Judge Mathis seemed to have it all figured out, a successful career and a long-lasting marriage. But behind the gavel is a man who couldn't balance his work and personal life. So how many hours do you think it takes to push a spouse to their breaking point? In Mathis' case, it was a staggering 70 to 80 hours a week. That's right. Judge Mathis was spending more time in the courtroom and on the road than with his own wife. Now, you might think, well, he's a successful judge. Surely Linda understood that, right? But understanding only stretches so far. After 39 years of marriage, Linda had grown tired of being second place to Mathis' career. And honestly, can you blame her? Imagine being married to someone who's constantly putting work first. Linda, who had been supporting him for decades, finally hit her breaking point. Mathis himself admitted to the neglect in his own words. He confessed, "I was gone for 3 weeks at a time. I haven't been making my wife a priority." And what was Linda doing during all that time? Waiting at home, holding the fort, while her husband jetted off to tape TV shows, attend events, and hang out with his friends. Mathis even went so far as to acknowledge that his neglect created suspicion, hinting that Linda had every reason to question his loyalty. And while Mathis denied any infidelity, the damage was done. Broken promises and neglect had taken their toll on the marriage. It wasn't a one-time thing either. This neglect spanned years, decades even. Linda had been patient for as long as she could, but it's clear she finally had enough. After 39 years of marriage, who could blame her for wanting out? So let's talk about Linda for a minute. The woman who had once sacrificed her own life to support Mathis' career is now emerging from his shadow. An insider close to the couple spilled the tea that their marriage had been strained for a while, but Linda had initially tried to work through it. The insider even said, if Judge Mathis would slow down and value his wife, she might take him back. But Mathis, despite his promises, kept up his fast-paced lifestyle, and Linda wasn't willing to keep sacrificing her happiness. Now, Linda is stealing the spotlight, and she's doing it in style. Word on the street is that she's undergone quite the transformation. She's no longer playing the role of the quiet wife in the background. Instead, she's front and center, looking better than ever. People are noticing that Linda is thriving without Mathis. She's finally putting herself first, and it shows. With a newfound confidence and attitude, Linda is reminding the world, and herself, who she is outside of being Judge Mathis' wife. And here's the kicker. Linda isn't just walking away. She's asking for spousal support in divorce filing, and some people, including Mathis, are accusing her of being a gold digger. But let's keep it real for a second. After nearly 4 decades of marriage, is asking for spousal support really gold digging? Think about it. While Mathis was out chasing his dreams and building his career, Linda was holding down the fort. She put her life on hold for him. And now, when she's ready to reclaim her time, people are calling her greedy? Absolutely not. But this story gets juicier. Linda isn't just asking for money and disappearing. She's reclaiming her entire life. It's like she's hit the reset button and she's starting fresh. People have speculated whether this glow-up is real or just for attention, but insiders are saying it's legit. Linda is making real changes, not just to her appearance, but to her whole vibe. She's living her best life and not looking back. But while Linda is making moves, Judge Mathis seems to be spinning in circles. One minute he's talking about saving his marriage, and the next he's shutting off, acting like everything is fine. It's like watching someone trying to put out a fire with gasoline. His actions just aren't lining up with his words. And remember, this isn't the first time Mathis has shown questionable behavior. Back in 2019, there were reports that he spat on a valet in a fit of rage. Now, whether that incident was true or not, it certainly casts him in a different light, doesn't it? The man we see on TV, the one who's all about justice and doing the right thing, might not be the same man behind closed doors. The spitting incident adds to the growing list of things that make you question what's really going on in the Mathis household. There's even been speculation about Mathis being tight with his money, which only adds fuel to the fire. If Mathis was stingy with his finances, it's no wonder Linda reached her limit. And speaking of rumors, there have been whispers about Mathis possibly stepping out on Linda during his long absences. While he denies any infidelity, with all the talk of neglect and him being gone for weeks at a time, you've got to wonder what's really going on when the cameras aren't rolling. So what's the truth? Is Judge Mathis really the victim of a gold-eating wife? Or is Linda the one who's finally breaking free from a neglectful and possibly unfaithful husband? The truth is probably somewhere in the middle, but one thing's for sure. This marriage wasn't as perfect as they made it out to be. Now, let's talk about the reality show. Mathis Family Matters. What's the deal with that? On the surface, the Mathis family seemed perfect, smiling for the cameras, dressed to the nines. But behind those smiles and designer clothes was a family crumbling from the inside. They gave us the illusion of a happy, united family, but the reality was far messier. It's like they were putting on a show for the cameras while their real-life drama was playing out behind the scenes. Remember that speech Judge Mathis gave when he got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? He said, "It was really my family that was the foundation of my success." But that speech hasn't aged well, has it? The cracks in the foundation were already there, and now they're wide open for the world to see. Linda, who stood by his side during that speech, played her role perfectly, almost as if she was up for an Oscar. But now we know the truth. Their marriage was far from the fairy tale they portrayed. In July, when Linda finally filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences, it was the culmination of years of tension. And while some fans are heartbroken, others are taking sides. Some are rooting for Linda, saying she's finally standing up for herself, while others are on Team Mathis, thinking Linda's just after his money. But no matter which side you're on, one thing is clear. This divorce is far from over, and it's only going to get messier. And the question remains, who's really going to come out on top? Is it Linda, who's reclaiming her time and living her best life? Or is it Judge Mathis, who's trying to save face and protect his fortune? So what do y'all think? Is this the real end for Judge Mathis and Linda? Or is there more drama to come? Is this just a PR stunt for a new reality show? Or are we really witnessing the end of a 39-year marriage? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates on this drama.